In this video, we are going to look at the pen tool, which is probably the best way of making very precise selections very fast. So the shortcut for the pen tool is P. And then if we zoom in like this, what we need to do, let's say that if you wanted to select the letter E, you just need to trace or join the dots around our subject. So like this, we click and we click all the way around it like this. Like this, like this. And then in the end, we close the path. If you go to the Paths panel, we can now call this path, we can name this path and call it E, for example. Okay, let's say that we wanted to select another one of the letter blocks. So let's create a new path. And then let's try to select the letter C, which is curved. So, for example, we would again start our path at one point like this. Then, let's say we take our cursor to this point here. You click, hold, and drag out. So click, hold, drag out a curve to follow the outline of your subject. And then once you match the outline, the curve to the outline, press and hold the Alt key and then adjust this handle in the direction that you want to go next. So if I'm going to follow the outline of the letter this way, I'm just going to point this handle like this. And then I go to the next spot like this. And then again, I make a curve like this. And again, I press and hold the Alt or Option key, and I point it in this direction like this. And then again, I just do the same, and I trace the outline of this letter block. So like this. Click like this, hold, and then I'm going to point my handle this way because I want to go this way next, like this. And then I can go up like this, like this. There's a little bit of a curve there, so like that. Like this. Click, hold, and drag out. Click, hold, drag out like this. Click. So I'm going this way now, like this, like this. Like this. Now I'm going to zoom in. Okay, so I will undo. Like this, and then I can readjust this curve like this. Adjust this handle like this. And then again, I need to connect with the last or with the first point I made. So this way I close the loop. And then I can call this path C, for example. Okay, let's create another path and now work on the letter S. So again, P to select the pen tool. I start like this, click here, I drag out a curve, then readjust this handle. If this handle was going too far like this, for instance, and then I try to make another point here, you see this would drag the curve out too far out. So that's why I adjust it like this to begin with, or smaller to begin with, so I have more control over what I'm doing. Like this. Click, hold, and drag out like this. Then hold the Option key to readjust this handle. Press and hold the space bar to move up. So then I make another point like this. And like this. Readjust the handle again. Like this. Click, and then click again. These are straight lines. Then I go down and down again. If I make a mistake, I can press Command Z to undo, and then try again, like this. Like this. Okay, I press and hold the Option key so I can actually readjust this curve like this. Like this, and then again we close the loop. And then I can call this path S. Okay, so what we can do now, for example, is I can click on the path to select it like this, and then I can either right click and say make a selection, and then I will get this dialog which will ask me if I want to apply feathering to this selection. So maybe I can use a feather of 3 pixels just to soften the edge slightly like this. So I make a selection, and then I can go and maybe create an adjustment layer curves like this. Then I can do the same for the letter C. I could also select it by just command clicking onto the path like this. And then again, I go to the adjustments, curves like this. Another great thing about paths is that they can be copied and pasted and transformed very easily. So for example, if I select letter E, I can press Command C, then create a new path, and then press Command V to paste this, then press Command T to transform, move this to a new position, maybe resize this slightly like this, double click to accept this, and then with the direct selection tool, the shortcut for this tool is A. If I zoom in like this, I can click onto onto a point to activate it and then realign it like this. So this can be useful if you have images with objects that are repeating between multiple frames, or sometimes you can also have an object that will maybe change its position very slightly within a frame. So instead of making or drawing a whole path from scratch, you can just copy paste and adjust it very slightly to to match the object. Okay, like this. So this can sometimes save you some time, so you don't have to do the whole thing from scratch. Let's have a look at another version of the pen tool called the curvature pen tool. So again, the shortcut is P, and it is this fourth option. Okay, so if I zoom in, the way that this tool works is, again, you just join the dots. So you draw the dots like this. Around your subject. And then I'm going to use the convert point tool. You see this curve, just to cancel the curve. So you press and hold the Alt key like this, and then this will turn this curved line into a straight line, which is what I wanted in this area. Now, here, I'm going to make a long arch. So from here, I'm going to click over here like this. And then you go back, you grab the line and you just pull it back. I may need to option click onto this line first, like this. And then you adjust the curve. Again, here, I click and then, oops, I need to grab the curve itself like this, option click like this. I make another point, option click to cancel this curve, grab the line and then align it. Okay, so this is a long arch, so I'll click once, option click like this, grab the line again and align it. So like this. Maybe click here, add a point. So I click onto the line to add a point, and then I can grab this point and bring it in, bring it down. Okay, then I need to go up. Again, option click to cancel the curve there. Up, option click, like this. Option click, down. One thing I missed here is that actually, instead of going back, you can option click when creating new points to avoid making a curve in the first place. And then I can just go back and close this path like this. And then again, I can right-click, make a selection. I can feather this by 0.3 pixels, for example, like this. And then I can make an adjustment layer to darken the sky slightly like this.